Alright, so we are actually on our way to the UDF that's actually right up the street. Going to grab some Rellos, gonna kind of kick back. It's a nice day outside, you know what I mean? Nice little sunny, bright ass day. So we're gonna kick back and we're gonna have some fun, you know what I mean? That's what vlogs are about, you know? I usually try to like have some music, so it is kind of different this time around and not actually have that music playing, but you know, it's all good. This is about the moment between you and me. You know what I mean? It's not about whatever's going on the exterior of the world. It's about you and me. All in all, though, it is a really like beautiful day outside. Honestly, it had been super hot over the last couple weeks between it just being like super hot. Like I'm talking 80, maybe 90 degree weather where I'm at, and then immediately jumping over to like super rainy and super like humid, all that good stuff. I hate the humidity and I hate the weather. I can't, despite me being born in June, I can't stand the fucking weather, yo. Heat's a killer. Let me know in the comment section, which do you prefer? Do you prefer like super heat, or do you prefer like it being super cold? Like which are you more able to endure? You know what I mean? Kind of curious. I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. If you guys don't know already, I probably name dropped it in a couple videos in my gaming channel already, but my name is Zion. You know what I mean? Z-Y-O-N, not Z-I-O-N. Different from those people. I'm 23 actually, just turned 23 on June the 22nd, so happy birthday to the big boy, you know what I mean? So a little backstory, I actually ended up starting my YouTube channel in 2012, I believe so, yeah, 2012. Of course, back then the channel was more organized towards like little kids and just, you know, well, not little kids. It was garnered more towards just for fun, just being able to sign in and have access to, you know, history and favorites and like videos, all that good stuff. But it wasn't until, I want to say, it wasn't until 2015 when I actually started like okay, because you know I was watching a lot of people I was watching was Dashy, you know, Afro Senju. Just a couple people. Unfortunately, I wasn't really Smosh even. I wasn't the biggest fan of PewDiePie around the time, but I respect the man and his culture and his impact on the platform. So I was growing around all these interesting content creators, these revolutionary content creators, and it just sparked me one day like, yo, I could do this if I really wanted to, you know what I mean? I could pick up, I could tell my life story, I could have fun just playing some games with some friends, like, and honestly, excuse me, I wanna attribute a lot of that to Dashy, because he was one of the first YouTubers I got really like hooked on for real, and the consistency and just the game he played, and just for me it was the authenticity behind him, you know, like he was extra, but you can kind of tell like that's kind of how he not was in real life, but that was kind of like an extension of him, you know what I mean? So it struck me, I was like, yo, I want to be like that. You know, I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a content creator. I want to spread my art to the world. So I remember I ended up starting off with a couple, and it was a really like rough couple. It was like a really rough couple of like first years, because as far as editing, I didn't know I didn't know like anything, dude. Like I didn't know not a single thing. So I was kind of just chopping stuff, putting it together, whatever was funny at the time, and just hoping it worked out. But I want to say around 2017 was when I actually started taking the YouTube thing seriously. I cleaned up my page. I actually got myself an official page where I can post my content, post my videos, and just have people be able to interact and try to get some views. And eventually it just, over the years, it's been growing, you know? And I think this vlog will be kind of like an extra extension. So if you aren't subscribed to my gaming channel right now, go ahead and subscribe to the gaming channel. I'll leave a link. But this will be the start of the vlogs, and I wanted to do this simply because this will be just a way to connect with my audience a little more. This will let people know like, okay, what goes on in my usual day, you know? And I think that's a cool thing to do. It's a cool thing to have. So we're rocking with it. All right, well, I'm gonna end up going into this convenience store, so catch you guys when I get out. You know what? We're actually gonna take the bad boy. Gonna take the road less traveled by many. Yeah, back to what I was saying. I really wanted to impose my will somewhere, you know? I wanted to not necessarily be somebody important, but I wanted to be somebody that was known. I wanted to be somebody that made an impact. I wanted to be somebody that spreaded something across the world, you know? Something positive, of course. And, you know, I think everything in the world is kind of built off of something. I think everything in the world is kind of an art form to a degree. So this is kind of an extension for that. And it resonates with me because I was never good at editing. I was never good at being funny and being, you know, relatable. I was never any of those things. I was kind of like the kid that stuck away in the corner and just, you know, kind of did his thing. Still calm, cool, and collected, but still the kid tucked in the back, you know. But I think that helped me. I think that helped me get to a spot where I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable in my own space. Sometimes it doesn't always translate in the right ways, but, you know, that's just part of the joy of being alive. That's part of the journey of, you know, growing and learning about yourself, you know, learning what you're capable of. I think that's the biggest thing in life. But yeah, I started off initially doing just like random Kingdom Hearts videos. I'm not gonna lie, it's my game. But eventually it transitioned into just, cause I had always played a lot of stuff when I was a kid. So I had an edge, you know what I mean? I had an undisputable edge amongst a lot of my peers around that time, because in the era I came up in, video games hadn't hit the mainstream yet, so everything was a little bit more nuanced as far as what you like. So, but then once gaming hit the mainstream, obviously, you know, everything became kind of like general. Anything you were interested in, anything you were even remotely passionate about became something that was just a general interest for somebody else, you know? Which is nothing wrong with that, albeit. I started off with those, so I didn't have any of the skills. I didn't have any of the, if anything, I just had the aesthetic eye. I think that's what it is. I had the aesthetic eye for making just good looking stuff. Whether that be a video, whether that be art, whether that be music, something. I'm just one of those people, I guess, that cares about my craftsmanship, you know? I care about making things look good. I care about making things sound good. I care about making things proper. I care about making things be the literal best version of it that it can be. And that's just how I run my life, you know? It's how I operate. Try to do everything at the highest level possible and try to execute things in the right way. But yeah, man, this will hopefully be the first of many. I really just would rather, because even on my gaming channel, I don't have a face reveal. I've got my face on most of my social media pages, but I don't actually have like a face reveal or like an introduction video. So I figured, you know, why not? And if you can tell, I'm a pretty good looking ass dude. Pretty handsome ass looking man. But I just wanted to share my life with you guys. Like, even I don't care if this gets 1 view or no views or whatever. I'm not interested in numbers. I've never been like a numbers type of guy. If anything, I'm more about, did you put all your heart and soul into what you're putting out there? Did you put your heart and soul into what you made? And when I look at pretty much all of my videos, except for, I mean, obviously everybody shit posts every now and then, or like, you know, they'll make like a quick little like 30-second, 20-second video. But even those count too, you know? And when I look at most of my videos, I can confidently say like, yeah, I put my all into that. Even if it was 5 minutes, I spent a week on it. Even if it was an hour, I spent 3 months working on that video, you know? It's all about the work that you put into the grind when it comes to stuff like this and how passionate you are. It's not about the numbers. It's not about how many views, not about how many likes. Don't get me wrong, the algorithm when it comes to YouTube has changed drastically. But because of the type of person that I am, I still find solace in knowing that YouTube is more of a community than it is a business, you know? So, just being able to make videos, man. Just being able to put myself out there. Have somebody figure out who I am one of these days. I'll just be strolling down the street living my best life and be like, hey, I recognize you. And I'll be like, where? Dude, watch your videos. Like, I'll be like, oh, that's crazy. I really don't, you know, I might love my community, but I don't pay attention to who's looking at this and how long. Like, analytics are for the nerds. And I'm a nerd, but I guess that is kind of contradictory. I'm a nerd, but I'm a nerd that cares. You know? I'm a nerd that cares about the right stuff. So, what can I say, man? I want to have another way to be open. I want to have another way to be vulnerable. I want to have another way to be myself. And I think this is the beautiful start. So, I'm not sure what I'll call this either. I've never, despite me like always brainstorming ideas and jumping on this, like if you can see my notebook with all my ideas, it's crazy. It's packed to the freaking brim. But I guess I never really gave it time to actually think about this. Midnight Vlogs. I got the channel name down, but I don't have like the actual series for this yet. But who knows? Maybe I'll just freeball it. I think this is a nice little introductory, you know what I mean? On this journey, this day-by-day journey that we call life, you guys will be able to share a lot that's going on with me, you know? And I'll be able to share a lot what's going on with you. And we can just be here together and exist and just do fun stuff and enjoy our time here, you know? That's what it's all about. It's very complex, but once you knock it down to the simplistics, life starts working in your favor. Life starts working in your favor. Almost tripped. Almost tripped. We've arrived back home, so I guess I'll see you guys on the inside.